guys, welcome to my channel Sex Talk with Kissa, where we will be discussing all things sex and yum, like I always say. The aim of the channel is always to normalize the topic of sex and to make it easy, breezy, light. Easy that it's not something so controversial, especially amongst couples. I mean, who else, like I always say, to discuss sex with than your partner, your man, your woman, your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever the case may be. Who better to discuss the topic of sex? I mean, you're in a relationship together, you're having sex together. If there's issues or concerns, who are you meant to speak to about such, other than the person you're with? So the normalizing of the topic of sex is the #1 aim of the channel. And thank you to everyone who's tuning in for the first time, and to everyone else who's been with us from the beginning. Thank you guys for joining in. And if you like the channel, like the content, please just subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button as well, so you get to hear or get a notification when I upload new videos. And just give us a comment in the comment section. I know it's a bit daunting for a lot of people. I find that a lot of people are finding it easier to send me personal messages on my inbox and Facebook in terms of comments, or just saying how they like the channel. I understand, and I thank you guys so much for those comments. So seeing that also we're a bit limited on the channel with what we can spend time on, I'll put in the description and in the comment section a telephone number and email address that you can book your one-on-one time, and that way we spend time specifically dealing with what it is that's concerning you in your relationship. Okay, having said that, I had a friend of mine I went to school with say to me, she likes the way I start the videos and I say we will be discussing all things sex and yum. So she said she understands sex, but the yum part, she's like, so I found that, okay, look, I may have found it to be like, but I always have to see it from everyone's point of view. And for me, I said to her very simply, I said, look, think of something that you love to eat and you enjoy, and even if you haven't had it for a few days, or you think of something that you enjoy as your favorite thing to eat and you want to have it. I said, I view sex in the same way. I always haven't, for whatever reasons, may have gone on in the past, which is the past, but I view, in this time in my life, I view sex as something yummy. And look, I'm not oblivious to the fact that sometimes, in long relationships, our sex lives will plateau and things will become monotonous and kind of like routine and maybe even boring a bit. It happens, especially when you're in a long relationship. But that is the aim of this channel, to normalize the topic of sex, so that if things become stale, for lack of a better word, you as a lady should be able to say to your man, and freely so and openly so, like, we're doing the same thing, can we try something different? And when I say to make the topic easy, breezy and light, your partner then shouldn't feel like you're offended, or you're not into them, or you're not aroused by them anymore. It's just that, okay, we've plateaued a bit because of routine and life and, busyness and whatever the case may be. So, okay, it should be more like a, oops, okay, let's switch things up a bit. That's all it should be. And I explained it in that way to her, like, all it is that even in the plateau stage of our lives, with whatever's happening, whether it's sex, whether it's business, whether it's parents, relationship, kids, it just should be that our relationships in our lives are open, easy, breezy, light. It starts with sex. I think if you can be open in sex, I think you can also be open in a lot of other relationships in your life. Look, I think, it could be either way for anyone. It's different for everyone. But in the topic of sex, at least in that area, because I think when things are okay in that area, it trickles down and stems into every other area of our lives, I think. So that was the easiest way I could explain it to her. If you love burgers and you munch on a juicy, yummy burger and you love it, why shouldn't you munch on your partner and devour him and love him? Sex-wise, sexually. I love to yum my man. Having said that, We've been covering the topic of 6 positions, and we've done quite a few positions, and I know I keep saying, oh, this one is my favorite and that one is my favorite, and look, they're all really, really yummy positions. And I don't know if I'll cover a position I don't like, because I wouldn't even know how to maybe explain it or give it the oomph that it deserves. But we'll see as we go along. But having said that, today we are covering the scissors position. Now, doggy style we know, missionary we know. You know, we know how to do different styles of doggy style. We know how to do different styles of missionary. You know, there's different variations for these styles. But the scissors position, I'm going to try to explain it in the most simplest of ways so that it's easy also for couples to try and for you to like experiment with your partner. But this one requires not so much work on your part as a lady, because I will explain why. Your man will do a lot of thrusting and you will counter with obviously thrusting into him. And I'll give you a bit, like 1 or 2 tricks on how to position your body so that your G-spot is exposed. And gentlemen, this position is whether you're big or you're medium, you will be able to still access the G-spot easily. And ladies, it is a multiple orgasm position. Yes, it is. So, simply, the scissors position is that, ladies, you lie. Now, if you have a single bed, I would suggest instead of lying long ways, you kind of lie corner to corner, because you need space with this position. If you've got a double bed, queen size, bigger, that's perfect. So, ladies, you're lying on your back. Okay? You're lying on your back, and then you are slightly tilted. Your torso is slightly tilted, so you're lying on your back. These are your legs, and then your torso is slightly tilted, so your legs are slightly tilted that way. Your partner lies the opposite direction, so you're kind of looking at each other. Your faces are kind of facing each other, so your partner's lying on the opposite direction of you, also on his back with his side slightly tilted. So what it is that your partner will then come into, it's called the scissors position because you kind of scissor into each other like that. So you're lying on your back, slightly tilted, your 2 legs are up that way, your partner's lying that way, and his 2 legs are coming this way. So his 1 leg goes under your torso, under your arm that way, his other leg goes across your pubic bone, that way across your body. And then your leg goes across his chest and side of his body, and your other leg goes under him, his arm that way. So you scissor and you come that way, and he penetrates you that way. So you kind of move into each other. You know, you grip each other's hands, you move into each other until he penetrates you. And he penetrates you all the way. So you pull each other by the hands until he's all the way into you. Now, I would suggest that you do this style instead of your bed is like this, instead of on the square, you straight across. I would suggest you do it slightly like corner to corner, because ladies, if you can get your head and your neck slightly lying over the edge of your bed, because when your body, I would say your head, your neck, and I suppose shoulders, like just below, maybe to your bra strap lying over your bed, so your head is back that way. Because what that does, it lifts your pelvic area, not your torso, more your pelvis and your vagina area. So it lifts it in such an angle because you're lying back and your man comes into you. So even when you're lying back, remember you're still holding on to him because you don't want to lose that traction. You still want him to be able to get that deep thrust with the hitting the back of your cervix. So you don't want to be all the way back, because then if you don't hold on to him, you'll keep slipping off the bed, and then he'll keep like chasing you. Soon it's going to be like you have to stop to pull you back on the bed, and you don't want to break momentum with the style. So always hold on to him. Okay, always hold on to him, and by holding on to him, you're keeping, or you can hook your leg if you can over his shoulder, like the heel, the back of your foot, hook it over his shoulder, that way you've got grip, or by the side of his neck. Don't choke him, just so that you're in that space and he doesn't have to feel you slipping off the bed and then he keeps coming after you. So you've got that position. Now what this position does is, while he's thrusting into you, so he's going to turn. Now by this way, you kind of like will play around with the position and find what's comfortable for you. Find where your legs are comfortable without stopping. And then when you find it, he's thrusting into you, ladies, thrusting into you, and you're holding onto him, and you are moving your pelvis into him. So every time he thrusts into you, you move into him, because remember, when he thrusts into you, you want to move into him to give him maximum depth. So he hits, so this position gets him to hit the walls of your inside of your vagina, your canal. This position gets him to hit, so it depends which way you're lying. If you're lying on your left hand side, he's going to hit all the parts of your inside of your vagina. The walls of your vagina are very, very sensitive. They have so much nerve endings, and they also have their own juicy, yummy feel. And when the penis touches there, it's like when you do doggy style, it's not just thrusting, and your man kind of moves, and you wind and grind. It gives his penis access to the walls of the canal of your vagina. So that also has another feel. This position has that too. So you'll be touching your G-spot, ladies. He'll be going to your G-spot because of the position. He touches the G-spot so easily. Whether he's a big guy, a medium guy, he touches the G-spot easily. And he's also rubbing the inside walls of your canal. And when you're doing that side, and your left side is touching the walls and the G-spot, you can twist it the other way, and then he goes to touch the other side of the walls, of the inside walls of your canal. And that just, so it's your G-spot, it's the inside, the canal of your, inside part of your vagina. So the walls, he's getting to that part, your G-spot. And remember, when he's like that, your clit is actually going to be rubbing on his thigh, because remember, his thigh is across you. So your clit is obviously lifted because you're slightly off the bed. So your clit is now touching his thigh. So in that, you can even hold his thigh, ladies. If you're not holding his hand, you got your one leg on his shoulder, and then you'll hold his thigh. And as you're grinding into him, while he's thrusting, you want to grind into him. Your vagina, your clit is also rubbing. Your clit is rubbing onto the inner part of his thigh. The inner side, the inside part of his thigh, because you're on your side. The inside part of his thigh is rubbing your clit. By this time you're wet. Look, you can reach in. It will be a bit tricky for him to reach in and stimulate your clitoris because of the position, but it's much easier for you to reach in, and like you can play and rub and just stimulate your clit while you're moving and while you're grinding with him and holding onto his thigh. And keep the dirty talk, because with this position you're quite on the opposite ends of each other. So you can either just talk to each other, but also he can also pull you back onto the bed, and you can kind of, because you're so in the opposite, you can kind of twist and meet each other, like not halfway, but you can kind of come closer to each other. You can come in for a kiss, a passionate kiss, but just remember that he keeps the grind going. You keep grinding into him while he thrusts into you, and then you can stretch it out again and just carry on. This position is just like a play on movement, because it's you'll find that you don't even want to slow down. You don't even have to slow down with this one. It's just whatever you're doing, it will be in your stride, because you're so scissors and you're so into each other that it's not easy for him to slip out or for you to do anything wrong. It's just whatever you're doing, he's so into you, because you're like intertwined in that way that you can come back to each other, kiss, and you can go all the way back. And also with his hand, if you're with a tall man, his hands got access to your boobs and your tummy and your thighs, and even if you can't reach, this part of your body, your boobs, your thighs, your stomach, he can just grab you and scratch your thighs because he's got access to that. He can kiss, your leg by your foot, near your foot and near your calf, just like little kisses or little nibbles. Those are all just sexy, yummy little bits and pieces to add into there. And you can do the same, you can kiss. If you have a foot fetish, then this is your style because you can kiss his foot. Guys, you can kiss her foot. And if it's not your thing, then you can just caress his foot, and because you got his leg coming across you and your leg is also going across him. But besides all that, guys, this position hits different. You'll feel your man in you, and you got his leg, so it's so much easier for you to pull yourself into him. If you're slipping backwards slowly because of the thrusting back and forth, it's so easy to pull yourself back into position. It's so easy, and it keeps the momentum going. And the more you go, and as that momentum builds up, because your clit and your G-spot are both raised and he's got access to both and he's hitting them both at the same time, you will come. And ladies, when you orgasm, like tell your man, like say, baby, yes, there. And guys, when she says there, like keep the momentum. Don't stop. Don't think, just keep it, because when she says there, that's what's making her come. And ladies, when you come, whatever happens to you when you come, feel it, but keep the momentum. If you keep the momentum, you will be amazed that you still have that electric feeling, that electricity feeling in your vagina, that just like it's like a buzzing, like a after you've come and everything's contracted, you've come, everything is still so sensitive and heightened. If you keep that momentum, remember, you've probably had a G-spot orgasm, or you've had a clitoral orgasm. And remember, ladies, for us, we can have a clit orgasm and we can still have a G-spot orgasm. So depending on which one you've had, just keep the momentum, if you will. And if you feel you're coming again, go for it. This position calls for multiple orgasm. Definitely, you'll definitely orgasm clit and G-spot. And ladies, you will thank me for it later. Men, you will feel like the king after making her swish, twist, and turn and pull you and gasp and come up and kiss you and then come, and then her still say, baby, wait, again, I'm coming again. And she comes again, you'll be like, yes, baby, come. Girls, let go. This is not the time for you to overthink. If it's coming again, let it come. Let it flow. But talk to your man and tell him, because that momentum makes the second orgasm come as well. So you need that momentum. So when your first orgasm comes, whether it's your clit or your inside, you may not be able to tell because everything just feels so yummy. So, but you will feel the second one come. But just keep the momentum. You might want to grip his leg so tight, or his hand, whatever you're gripping onto, and you'll feel the second wave come, because as the second one comes, everything again starts to contract the inside of your vagina and everything feels hot. Tell him, I'm coming again, baby, because our men want to hear that. With all this they're doing, they want to know that tell him and just keep it going. So guys, this is the scissors position. It is delicious. Do it, play with it, and I promise you, you will not be sorry. It's so underrated, but it's so sexy and so yummy. And after you come, he pulls you back onto the bed, you go closer to him, you loosen up your legs and you go and lie next to him and you kiss and cuddle. Ladies, guys, what more? And after that, guys, you just want to pass out and sleep, and we can just cuddle and have a nice nap. wake up again, blow job, and maybe just a snack after that. But this is so yummy. So please do try it, guys, and let me know how it goes if you're brave enough. But I know you will enjoy. I know you'll enjoy this one. I love it. So until next time, guys, till the next video, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're brave enough to let me know how it goes, and I'll see you guys again next time. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you guys are watching from, and take it, guys, till the next video.